Welcome back to another episode of 10/8 TV. This month, we're highlighting one of our specialty teams you may not know about. Our hostage negotiators are the voice of reason in a high-stress situation.
Empathy, compassion, active listening, and the ability to work well within a team are our biggest criteria.
Not to mention being able to stay calm under pressure.
I want to get this thing resolved as peacefully as possible, Jacob.
What we do actually works.
You sound like a good guy, and I think that you can really be the good guy in all this.
We're not necessarily something that the community is going to be seeing all the time, but yeah, our impact is huge. My name is Lieutenant Mariah Piper. I am currently assigned to patrol as one of our watch commanders, and I'm also the commander of our hostage negotiation team. I've been in law enforcement for 22 years now, been a member of HNT for the last 15 of those, and I took over as commander back in 2021.
The hostage negotiation team is made up of 8 members.
Those members go through advanced training dealing with crisis resolution, training that a regular patrol deputy is not going to necessarily receive. Ultimately, our goal is to reach a safe resolution through communication with a person in crisis. We do that either over the phone, it might be face-to-face, it might be over the bullhorn. With the Bearcat, we have a variety of different means for communicating with people, ultimately to make sure that everybody comes out safely.
Why did you want to join this team?
I love being a part of the big cases, of the big scenes. I find that that's where I thrive the best. I enjoy not only the investigative part of it, but I also take a huge responsibility in doing what I can to ensure the safety of not only our citizens and people involved in crisis, but also our deputies and members of our SWAT team and the people that are putting themselves at risk.
When would your team be called out?
Generally, we're going to be called out anytime the SWAT team would be called. So that might be anything from a hostage situation to an armed barricade. Typically, it's going to involve something where a crime has been committed.
HNT activated, facility lockdown initiated.
They're on call 24/7, 365.
It's a huge commitment for our members, but one that they take very seriously, and they're all very dedicated to the team.
Review of the security footage shows the inmate striking the Deputy Angela Moreno.
The way negotiations work is a lot of times when you see it on TV, you might just see the one person that's on the phone with the bad guy or the person in crisis, but that's just a really small part of it. We have different positions within the team. So we have your primary, that's your person that's actually on the phone talking with the person. You have a coach, that's going to be the person that's assisting the primary, and they work as the conduit between the team and the primary to try to keep the primary as isolated and able to focus on what they're doing as possible. We have a scribe that's responsible for documenting everything, all of the communications. Then we have an intelligence person responsible for gathering all of the intel, not only for our team, but for SWAT as well.
You want to know his charges and you want to know his kids' names, right?
Yes.
And then we have our team leader. They're responsible for trying to develop a strategy and implementing that strategy.
What I need is I need an ambulance to stage here because we have an injured deputy. We don't know when she's going to come out.
And then they're also communicating with the commander, who is responsible for being with the SWAT commander and the high-risk incident commander.
So like you said, you're a small team. It must take a lot of trust.
It does. Like I said, each of those positions is so important, and if any of those positions fail, the whole team fails. The success of any mission is a direct result of the entire team's efforts. So yeah, we have to rely on each other to do the job and to do it well.
That's why they take their training days so seriously and do a lot of scenario-based exercises. They train once a month, including joint trainings with our SWAT team and other specialty units.
And then we also train on SWAT equipment at least once a year, and that's going to be familiarization with the Bearcat, with the Rook, the robot, anything that they might use in the event that something were to happen to one of our SWAT operators.
So do you also train with other agencies so that you guys are kind of on the same page when you are responding together?
Yeah, we do. We have a fantastic relationship with the Sarasota Police Department's crisis negotiation team. We've also trained with Manatee County Sheriff's Office, and then we also trained with our local FBI office.
Walk me through the scenario that you had at the correctional facility.
We had a deputy that was overtaken by 2 inmates, and then inmates within the kitchen facility took several civilians hostage. It was important for us to train at the jail, not only to work again with our SWAT team, but also with our CERT team, and make sure that all of the teams are on the same page as what each other's functions are, what our goals are, and just again building those relationships between the teams to ensure our success in the future.
They even train on the boat with our Marine unit.
Keep him engaged so he doesn't reach for anything.
And it's not only about training, but finding the right people for the job.
Part of my goal when I'm putting the team together is making sure that I have representatives on the team that are representative of the community.
And it's Lieutenant Piper's job to carefully choose roles her members play during a call-out.
Perfect example, if you had an incident where you have a husband and wife and they get into an argument and that becomes some type of a hostage barricade, I'm probably not going to put one of my female negotiators on the phone with the male. If I have a subject in crisis that has military experience, I'm going to try to match that with one of my members that has, that particular branch or maybe that particular experience. If it's somebody that's been deployed, one of my guys has been deployed 16 times, I'm going to throw him on the phone, because they're going to be able to relate. So yeah, I'm absolutely trying to match who I'm going to put on the phone with who I think will be most successful in handling that particular person with their particular crisis.
So there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes before somebody actually gets on the phone.
Absolutely. Part of my job is to recognize what my individual members' strengths are. We try to have a very wide mix of backgrounds and experience and schooling in order to best facilitate our mission.
Historically, what is the success rate when the hostage negotiation team is activated?
So I've been on the team for the last 15 years. On all of our callouts, we've only ever lost one person to suicide on a full-scale callout. So I would say we've been really successful. I think that our ability to build relationships with these people in crisis based on our training, our own personal experiences that we can also discuss with that person to try to build a rapport, to build trust with them. All of those things are incredibly important and have certainly been a testament to our successes.